everyone, welcome to another episode of rawradianthealth.com, and I'm Natasha St. Michael, and thank you for joining me. So today it's Tuesday, and I received an email last week asking me about how to avoid gaining weight after the age 30. And I had a little giggle to myself over this question because it's funny, people make this remark all the time that, oh, they hit 30 and next thing you know, they gained all this weight. And I hear this quite a bit, and I think mainly because I'm in my 30s as well, and so I have friends that in recent years that have gained weight and others that have not. So I just, and I feel that this information is, part of it is a reality and the other part of it is a little bit of a myth. And I think it's really, first of all, it's up to each individual whether they want to make that their own reality or not, okay? So I know that a lot of times when you hear, oh, you hit 30 and you're going to start gaining this weight, then everyone starts dreading, getting older because they associate that with gaining weight and not being as attractive as they used to be, and this whole fear of aging. But aging doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. And again, I believe it's an individual choice. If someone keeps saying to themselves every day that when they turn 30 or when they turn 40 or when they turn 50 that they're going to start gaining weight, then they are going to gain weight. If you believe it, you're going to make it into your reality. And my personal view of it is the reason why people gain weight in their 30s and as they get older is a lot of it has to do with the fact that they might be eating the same amount of food that they did 10 years ago when they were much younger and much more active. A lot of it comes down to, as the years go by, people become less and less active. They might not be exercising like they used to be. They might not be doing cardiovascular exercise, which is bringing up their heart rate and allowing their body to burn the fuel and to burn the calories. And instead, they're not doing much physical activity. And nowadays, too, a lot of people work in offices or at a desk or at a computer, and they're not getting much exercise except for walking from their front door to their car. And so as the years go by and you're moving around less and less and you're eating either the same amount or starting to eat a little bit more, then the weight starts coming on. So how to prevent the after 30 weight gain, because first of all, I'm in my 30s. I'm 33. I'm going to be 34 soon. And I like actually getting older. I'm proud of how old I am, and I don't really fear any of these things that come with age, because that's just part of life, right? But my goal myself is, I want to be hot when I'm 40. I want to be hot when I'm 50. I want to be hot when I'm 60 and 70 and 80 and above. My grandfather he's turning 102 this winter, and I mean, he's a really attractive man and he's in perfect health, and if he can do it, then I can do it. And the main thing is I really believe is, if you don't want it to happen, then make sure that you are exercising and that you are mindful of what you're eating. The main thing is no one wants to get controlling over everything they put in their mouth, because control equals misery, and there's no fun with that, and there's no life, there's no happiness behind control. But you do want to be mindful. You do want to think about the things that you're eating and what they're doing to you. And the main thing is you want to have things that are as fresh as possible. If you can get them in that are raw, even better. But just make sure that the more fruit and vegetables that you have in your diet, and greens especially, salads, things like that, in your diet, the better. Because that's what's going to keep you young looking, and that's what's going to give you that clean fuel to be able to go and exercise and think straight and to feel youthful. Because, I think a lot of times people are so scared of getting older, and they say it's because they're afraid as they're gonna get older, they're gonna get fat and saggy. But you know, it's you got to get rid of that fear, because that fear is what's going to create that, and that fear it's just dragging you down. That instead, you know, like there's so many people out there, like so many senior citizens out there that they're like these incredible like pro like bodybuilders and athletes. Like, do the research and go and find those people that are living examples of being the exception, and find those examples and use them as your model, because if they can do it, you can do it. These are ordinary people that just decided that they didn't want to follow along with what society was telling them. They wanted to go their way and do it their way. And look at them, you know, like there's so many people out there that are in their 70s that are like, you know, have these beautiful like muscular bodies, and that are doing things and that are flexible, and you know, they're in better shape than people in their 20s are. So don't be scared about turning a certain age or getting older, because you know, it's up to you as to what that's going to bring into your life. And I think the one thing is too that I've come to see is that the greatest thing about aging is that you become more and more comfortable in your own skin, and you're spending, you know, you've been on earth for a little bit longer to know yourself even more, and therefore use that to your benefit to really bring your life into the best direction that you want to take it, and become the person that you've always dreamed of being. And turning any age is not going to hold you back. It's only going to propel you forward. Okay, so that's the main thing. And I mean, any practical guideline I can give you is just to make sure that from today on out, you continue exercising, you maintain having good health, you eat good food, stay away from animal proteins and cooked fats, because those things tend to age people. They affect people's skin, and they're difficult to digest, and they just zap you of any energy. And the same goes for refined sugars and processed starches and flours, things like that. The main thing is you want to stay with whole foods, as much raw fruits and vegetables and grains as possible, and some cooked grains are great as well if that's what you want, and the rest of it keep to the minimum. Okay, so you just want to eat healthy, you want to think healthy, happy thoughts, and you got to make big goals for yourself and envision who you want to be in 5 years, in 10 years, what you're going to look like, and see yourself doing that, getting yourself from point A to point B, and focus on that and not on this other stuff that you're hearing from other people. Because, you know, one thing I just want to say is that it's an excuse. You know, I hear many people saying, oh, they hit 30 and they gained all this weight, and it's an excuse. It's just one other reason why they gained weight. But the problem is that they gained the weight. It doesn't really matter, you know, where it came from. They put it on themselves. So I just want you to forget about that myth or that saying, and just, you know, don't be worried about it. You're fine. You're at where you're at, and enjoy the aging process, because only good things are to come. Okay, so I'm wishing you guys a fabulous, incredible, wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!